Do you believe the starving artist myth? I sure did. And in fact, it was the number one thing that kept me stuck and struggling because I needed a serious mindset shift. For years, I was a struggling waitressing artist, and I just assumed that's the way it was going to be. But I was wrong. And I want to talk about the mindset shift that I went through because I think it's going to help you. And I'm here to tell you, getting paid for the incredible creative work that you put into the world is possible. Do you need a mindset shift? What are you believing that needs to change? Hi, welcome to the Josie Show, where I talk artist to artist about art making and art selling, and where I strongly believe that artists should get paid. You may be aware that the starving artist myth is alive and well. You might have heard the messaging from your parents or your teachers who told you that your love of painting or pottery won't pay the bills and you have to be practical. I actually agree with the practical part, so let's stick a pin in that. You need to be savvy and smart with your finances. You can't be sloppy with money, but I do not agree that art doesn't pay. Story time with Josie. I watched my painter daddy struggle to sell his incredible work. For most of my life, I have known so many artists and musicians and writers who had the same struggle. I believe the struggling artist myth because everyone I knew was experiencing it, and they told me it was true. It was all I had ever seen. I persisted in being an artist, not because I ever thought I would be able to make the story different, but because my love was stronger than my fear. I loved to make art, and so I kept doing it. But I experienced a radical transformation about 10 years ago. I'd been a declared artist since I was in my teens, and while I did sell art, my income wasn't enough to live on. I got a studio space with a wonderful artist named DC Ice, and the studio was in a giant artist warehouse building where we would host an art crawl a few times a year. It was an extremely popular event in Minneapolis with tens of thousands of visitors. And during those events, in the 5 years or so that I shared a studio space with DC, I witnessed something that blew my mind. People would line up out the door to buy DC's paintings. Literally. I saw some fights, nice fights, were in Minnesota. It's kind of like passive-aggressive fights, but they were fights over who would get a particular piece. And in any given art crawl, she would sell hundreds of paintings, and I would sell maybe 2. Yes, I was jealous, but I also loved DC and her work so much that I was more in awe. The first time we did an art crawl together, I just thought it was maybe a lucky weekend for her. But after art crawl, sitting with her for 5 or 6 years, watching her sell the shiz out of her art and make a great living, it slowly transformed some of the negative beliefs that I had deeply internalized about the near impossibility of being profitable as an artist. I probably watched her sell 1,000 paintings or more in that time, and the experiencing of witnessing sale after sale absolutely changed my internal wiring. DC had figured out an incredible alchemy. She successfully combined her original unique artistry, a brilliant price point, and her access to her audience to create cash money. For me, I never did sell that much work in the art crawls. I probably broke even on rent those 5 or 6 years. It took the internet to get me to over 10,000 sales of individual pieces of art and a 6-figure art business. But the education, or rather re-education, that I got from DC gave me hope and a sense of the potential of a maker. I got to watch DC make art, support her family, interact with her fans, and beautify their lives and ignite their imagination, all while being an incredible human. DC, I love you so much. You're so brilliant. Thanks so much for being my friend. Now, you may not have a DC in your life, but you have a Josie, and I'm here to tell you, getting paid for the incredible creative work that you put into the world is possible. Do you need a mindset shift? What are you believing that needs to change? Put it in the comments below. And if you need more tips on becoming a profitable art business, I'm here for you. Right now, I have a super handy download. It's called Pricing Your Art Made Easy. It is the single biggest question I get from artists. It is super hard to price your work. So I have made a super easy and quick and fun PDF that you can get delivered right to your inbox. So be sure to sign up for it.